गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः. So we are looking at so we saw the previous verse, which was, where are we? Nahi prapashyami mamapanudhyat yat shokamuchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhumavasapatnamruddham rajyam suranam api chadhipatyam. And in this, we saw that in the seventh mantra, it was a mantra to solve all problems of your life. Karpanya doshopahata swabhava prachami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yashreyasat nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhi mam tvam prapanam. We saw that in detail. We spent quite a bit of time on that. And now in the 8th verse, we have done the 8th verse, right? And in the 8th verse, he says again, reiterates his previous conviction or conclusion that even if I get the kingdom of this Prithvi, which is full of prosperity, bhumau, asapatnam vruddham suranapi chadhipatyam, and even if I get position of Lord Indra, I am unable to see that anything is able to help me conquer all my indriyas, because help me conquer. And why? Because all my indriyas have dried up. They are unable to, I am unable to properly see, hear, touch, feel, taste, think, and therefore, in other words, my life is without any passion anymore. We have to live life passionately. So he says, my life has become very dried. So therefore, O Lord, please instruct me, he told in the previous verse. Now we come to the 9th verse. Sanjaya Uvacha. Just to repeat, we are in chapter 2, Bhagavad Gita, Jnaneshwari, Bhavartha, Deepika. And now in this chapter 2, which is about Sankhya Yoga, we are in the 9th verse. Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya Uvacha. Eva muktva Rishikesham. Eva muktva Rishikesham. Godhakesha parantapa. Godhakesha parantapa. Nayotsyeti govindam. Nayotsyeti govindam. Uktva tushnim babhuvaha. Uktva tushnim babhuvaha. Together. Sanjaya Uvacha. एवमुक्त्वा ऋषिकेशं गुडाकेशः परन्तप न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः. So he says in the Sanjay is giving commentary to Dhritarashtra, the blind king, on his asking why this has happened. Now we are in the second chapter. Yes, till now it was all how Arjuna is breaking down physically, mentally, intellectually. He's lost the plot, and here is the final verse, the 9th verse, in which he again concludes by accepting that my mind is not in my control, my senses are not in my control. Not 9th verse, 8th verse. Is not in my control. Help! I surrender. Shadim am tvam prapannam. So, having thus addressed Krishna, O scorcher of the foes, Arjuna said to Govinda, I shall not fight, and became silent. So again, he, after all this, after even understanding that he is not able to make the right conclusions because he is not able to think correctly, feel correctly, see, hear, touch, feel, taste correctly, act correctly, yet he is making a decision that I will not fight. This is where sometimes some people are very, very obstinate. They get caught in the loop or in the downward loop. And Arjuna, yes, in a moment of grace, he recognized that he was going the wrong way, so he surrenders. But very next moment, again he gets fixated on, I shall not fight. And in this manner, ऐसे संजयो असे सांगतु मणेरायातो पार्थु पुनरपि शोकाकुलितु काय बोले आइके सखेदु बोले श्री कृष्णार्ते आता नाळवावे तुम्ही माते मी सर्वथा न झुंजे येथे भरवसेनी ऐसे ये की हळा बोलिला हेळा बोलिला मग मौन धरुनी ठेला तेथ श्रीकृष्णा विस्मो पातला देखो तया ते. Sanjay said to the blind king Dhritarashtra, O king, listen to what the grief-stricken Partha said to Krishna. To who? Krishna. Here it is told, the word that was used was Gudakesha Parantapa, Parantapa, O scorcher of the foes. And what did he? And he said to Lord Krishna, pray do not press me further. I will not fight about this. My mind is settled. Saying this, all at once he remained silent. Lord Krishna was amazed to see him in that condition. क्या बोलेंगे? In houses what happens? I will not do it. And they stomp back into their room and they कोई आया. And they stomp into their room. Same way. He didn't stomp out, but he sat down and became silent. Aye. And he became silent. And this is, yesterday someone came to me. I was sitting alone. मैं अपना SMSs भेज रहा था न्यू कासल के लेक्चर्स के लिए सबको. Suddenly आ गया. Swami, am I a pain in the bum? Huh? So I looked at that person. I said, are you asking me or are you telling me? He says, I'm asking. Am I a pain in the backside? I said, now that you are asking me, now listen. For last 25, 27 years you are with me, I never said anything. Now I give you a list. Till now he has never asked. Today he asked, so he got it. But, I said, no, but. You asked the question, what I am a good guy. I said, no, you didn't ask me what are your good qualities. You asked me, am I a pain? And I'm answering that question. First, yeah. After that, but Shiva is Rudra, this, that. I said, listen, keep that all aside. You address yourself. I don't know how he took it. Stopped back into the room. Since then, he has not talked. Full drama in the house. Kya ho gaya? So same way here Arjuna also, he is seeing Krishna smiling and he has just abused him literally by saying Klebhyam Masmagama Partha, and he knows that he cannot mess with Krishna because he cannot imagine Krishna as his enemy. Firstly, he has got nothing against Krishna, but if someone abuses you from inside of the why Krishna abused him, to shake him up. But he got shaken up for a moment, he surrendered and again goes back to the same old rant. And in this manner, Krishna was amazed to see him in that condition. Now what happens? We go to the 10th verse. Tamuvacha Rishikeshaha Tamuvacha Rishikeshaha Prahasanniva Bharata Niva Senayorubhayor madhye Vishidantamidam vachaha. Together. Tamuvacha Rishikeshaha Prahasanniva Bharata Senayorubhayor madhye Vishidantamidam vachaha. He says, then smiling, who? Krishna. Then smiling as it were, O Bharata. Bharata means here, who is Bharata? Sanjay is telling to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is the king, the Bharata. Bharata, Krishna spoke to him who was grieving these words in the midst of the two armies. This is exactly how the Lord speaks to us within our heart as the inner voice. What are the two armies? The positive thoughts and the negative thoughts. The likes and the dislikes, the joys and the sorrows. Should I do this or should I not do this? Is this feeling good or is this feeling bad? That person asked me a question, am I a pain? Because he was having a doubt. Am I a pain or am I not a pain? That's why the question came. To him, Krishna, who is ever composed, ever integrated, ever equanimous, with a smile on his face. He has not left his smile yet. Throughout the Bhagavad Gita, he has a smile on his lips, eyes sparkling, ever eager to help his friend and cousin Arjuna or anyone else who comes in the right manner and attitude. Now, till 9th verse was what? If you remember what we have told you till now. Everything that Dhritarashtra wanted to happen in Pandava's camp has happened. Because he sent the missile of doubt through the words of through Sanjaya, and when he went and spoke there. And exactly those arguments Arjuna has reproduced and brought about a crisis in himself. because he latched onto those arguments. Why? We are better than Kauravas. This is the sattvic attachment that we are better, we are holier than others. They are crooked, we are sattvic. And that's when this type of corruption of the intellect takes place. And here Jnaneshwari Maharaj in Bhagawad Deepika says, Maga apula chitti mane etha he kai adarile yene arjuna sarvata kahi nene काय कीजे हा उमजे आता कवणे परी कैसे निधीरु स्वीकारी जैसा ग्रहाते पंचाक्षरी अनुमानिका अनुमानिका ना तरी असाध्य देखो नि व्याधि अमृता समदिव्य औषधी वेद्य सूची निरवधि निदानीची तैसे विवरितु असे श्री अनंतु तया दोन्ही सैन्या आतु जया परिपार्थु भ्रांती सांडी ते कारण मनी धरिले मग सरोष बोलो आदरिले जैसे मातेच्या कोपी थोकुले स्नेह आधी की औषधाची कडू वटपणी जैसी अमृताची पुरवणी ते आहाच न दिसे परी गुणी प्रकट होय तैसी वरी पाहता उदासे आंततरी अतिसुरसे तिये वाक्य ऋषिकेशे बोलो आदरिली. So here he says, then the Lord said to himself, what is Arjuna up to now? This is when, so Arjuna has sat down in a heap, giving up that I will not fight. Krishna is perplexed, amazed, in wonderment. What is happening to my Arjuna? To Arjuna, who is the man of the times. Everyone looks up to him. And then he started speaking to himself. What is Arjuna up to now? He does not seem to understand what can one do to make him see reason and restore his courage. So when does crisis come? When we lose courage to face the situation that the life has presented us. And it can be any accident. It can be someone's death, it can be a car accident, it can be failure in business or loss of job or anything. Disease. One person is there. He lost both his legs because he jumped. He was a swimming champ, one of the best swimmers in Australia. He jumped from the height and something happened, and when he went into the water, his legs broke because he went straight like an arrow right up to the floor. Legs had to be cut from here, or it was an accident. Something happened. Initial stages, oh my God, my career, my name, fame, how will I live? I'm only young, I'm only in my early 20s, how I got the rest of my life in front of me. Today he is one of the most sought after speakers in the world. He took his story and he must have gone into the crisis, but he used that crisis to make it into an opportunity, and now he's a multimillionaire. He's married, he has children. He's got a car. He only walks on his hips. That's it. That's all the legs he has. But everything he is able to do himself. He doesn't need anyone's help. That's courage. That's ready to come out of your fall. Fall will come in our life unasked. Even if we don't invite them, they will come. But how do you deal with them? What grit you have? Huh? And that grit comes only when we have a proper support. Somewhere deep inside, he must be a believer in something greater, something higher. And therefore, he was able to overcome that. So here Krishna is telling, how can he restore his courage? What can I do to help him? And here Jnaneshwari Maharaj says, just as an exorcist appraises one possessed by a ghost, or a physician prescribes an antidote for an incurable disease, so Lord Krishna, standing in the middle of the two armies, began to think of a plan to rid Arjuna of his obsession. This obsession is nothing but thought fixation. Remember this. This obsession is nothing but thought fixation. What is thought fixation? Continuously thinking I am only this body is thought fixation. Continuously thinking that this life is only about me, my wife, my husband, my children, and my parents and my family is thought fixation. Me and mine is thought fixation. Me and God is not thought. That is also thought fixation. But very few people choose that. But when we choose it in the wrong way, whether it is any phobia you take, phobia of cockroach, phobia of spider, all thought fixation. Remember one girl used to come here, Gita. She came with me to Bali and we went to Tanalot, and there in a cave there are two snakes. When the waters recede, you have to go through a small patch of ocean to reach the temple. But before you reach the temple, you take the blessings of two sea snakes. And she said, oh, snake, no, I will not. I said, मैंने भी कभी touch नहीं किया. So I said, but she was so scared even to come inside the cave. Just shallow cave. And everyone, Raj went, Priscilla went, everyone went and touched and came out. And then she's standing behind me. I said, give me your hand. And for her, I said, I have also never touched, but let's touch. I will touch and then slowly I'll put your finger on it. And I touched the snake. I touched snakes before, but I touched the snake. They are poisonous. Nothing, small one. I touched. And then I took her hand and then I touched it. Nothing happened. She came out. Oi, Swamiji, I touched. And I didn't panic. I said, okay, let's go to the temple. We went to the temple, came back, and we were going back. So I just put a word in her ear. I said, if you want to really test that you have overcome that phobia, go and touch all by yourself without me with you. Me to help you. And she said, no, you have to come. I can go again, but you have to. But as we reached near the cave, she said, Swamiji, you go ahead, let me go and do it. I said, okay. And she went and touched the snake by herself, phobia over. This is courage. This is tapping into your inner fears and going beyond them. For that you require courage. There it may be, initially I was the support, but eventually that support has to give way to their inner support, no? And this is what Krishna is wanting to attempt. And that position is only that is possible only when one is standing in the middle of the two armies. If you take this side or that side, if you are taking the side of the good and against the bad, then you cannot take that position. Senayor ubhayor madhye means when you are equanimous, when you are centered, when you are not being swayed by pros and cons, good or bad, likes or dislikes, love or hate, then only the correct words will come out of that person's mouth. And that's exactly what Krishna is speaking here. Or Jnaneshwari Maharaj is saying. And he says, and he has given some examples, like you remove a ghost who from a person who has been possessed by a ghost, or a physician gives a medicine for a incurable disease, or Krishna also started thinking of a plan to help Arjuna, and that plan, just like doctor, if he has to help the patient, he cannot be thinking about the patient who has already gone before this present patient. He cannot be thinking about the next patient who is going to come. He cannot be thinking about how much money I'll make today. He has to be 100% available to the patient who is in front of him, isn't it? Exactly the same way, Krishna is also 100% available to Arjuna, and therefore, standing in the midst of the two armies, began to think of a plan to rid Arjuna of his obsession. All problems in our life, all shortcomings in our life, all successes in our life are only because of obsession. Are only because of obsession. Or obsession, whether you call it concentration, you call it focus, you call it single pointedness, you call it obsession. Obsession is usually when you are focused on something due to blind belief. Contemplation is focusing on something with understanding. You understand? So when I'm chanting Ram, 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 or Om, 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 I'm just chanting, I'm focused on it. I'm obsessed with the name. I have never seen Ram, but I have an idea. I have heard the stories, but I have never personally met him, even though he is closest to me. But in that faith, so phobia is also a faith within you. Fear is also a faith within you. You have total faith that I am afraid of snakes. Arachnophobia. You have total faith that you are the body. You have belief. Till you come to a satsang and we break that belief and we say you are the consciousness. Now you are confused. Sometimes I am the body, sometimes I am the consciousness. Sometimes I am the body, sometimes I am the consciousness. Which one am I then? See? So there is no data. When we come to a satsang, there is no data which can stand the test to prove that you are the body. And yet you are believing that you are the body. This is obsession due to identification. If the same obsession and identification is turned towards the Lord, it is helpful. When it is turned towards something that which is temporary, finite, fleeting, phenomenal, then it is destructive. Think. Divining its cause, he began to speak in a somewhat angry tone, just as a mother's anger is full of affection for a child, or even a bitter medicine contains the ambrosial power of healing, which is not apparent but is seen from the result. So he began his speech with apparent unconcern but full of affection. Within, the blessed Lord said, and from this 11th verse onwards, the answer to Arjuna's question, Yas Shreyat Syat Nishchitam Bruhitan Me. Please tell me what is for my absolute good, for my greatest good. Why? Not because I feel like it, because I am thy disciple, I am thy devotee, I am surrendered at your feet. With that feeling, if we chant Karpanya Dosho Pahata Swabhavaha pritchami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yashreyasyaat nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadi mam tvam prapannam. Once in Kabir's life, Kabir's wife's name was Lohi, and Kabirji had gone out and she was at home alone, and suddenly someone came, Kabirdaji Maharaj, Kabirdaji Maharaj, Kabirji, 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 help, 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 help. One very diseased man, full of pain, maybe leprosy, I don't know. He came and he was crying, he was begging. He says, I want to meet Kabir. I was going to commit suicide, but someone came and told me that I don't have to waste my life. I can go to Kabir and he will heal me. And therefore I have come, and now Kabirji is not here. When is he coming back? She says, I don't know. Oh no, I cannot. I want to then take my life. Or she says, you don't have to take your life. Come here inside and repeat after me. What? She said 3 times. Ram, Ram, Ram. The sick fellow, by the time he started chanting, his eyes closed, he was totally in tune with the vibration and the name of the Lord. And when he opened his eyes, he was completely healed. He was completely healed. And very happy and jumping. And he was leaving the hut of Lohi or Kabir Das. And as he was going out, Kabir Das ji was coming. He saw someone come out of his hut, jumping, laughing, and he started Kabir Dhan, Kabir Dhan, Kabir Dhan. Kabir is the wealth of the creation, something like that. He kept chanting and he went away. He went in and he said, Lohi, who is that person who is coming out of our hut? She says, oh, he was sick and he wanted to meet you, but I stopped him and I made him chant 3 times the name of Ram and he got healed. And Kabir Das ji became angry. He said, what? 3 times you made him take the name of Ram? That means you don't have faith in his name, that you have to take 3 times. Once only if you take, he should have been healed. Why you have to take it 3 times? See, that is faith. That type of faith, that is the condition of the heart and intellect together, surrendered at the feet of the Lord, where we give lip service that everything the Lord is doing, everything is happening because of Him. But when it comes to doing, no, I'm doing it as a retrospect, you say. When you have done it, you have achieved some result. If it goes your way, I did it. If it doesn't go your way, it is Bhagwan's Leela. Or if you are in the right company, then if it goes your way, after doing it, you are saying that it is the Lord's wish. If it didn't go your way, it's the Lord's wish. But while you are doing it, did you observe that this doing is also being done by Him? Every word that is coming out of this mouth is because of Him. Every blink is because of Him. Every movement of the fingers and arms is because of Him. Completely be, another word for obsession here is intoxicated. Completely be intoxicated with that principle due to which everything is taking place in our life. And for a moment, it requires only one moment. Arjuna, in that one moment of scolding, surrendered. But again, reverted back to his previous conclusion. But that one moment of surrender was enough to invoke the Lord and His grace to put him in the correct frame of mind. So here Sanjay is saying that these are the words of the Lord, meaning these words are, Lord's words are temporary or eternal? Eternal. These are the eternal words. That's why even after 5,700-800 years, Bhagavad Gita is as applicable today as it was then. Thus, the words of Bhagavad Gita cannot be changed. You have to accept them the way they are. Don't try to correct. I think this verse is extra. I think that verse is should not be there. I think this verse doesn't flow with the scheme of thought. You are nobody to judge that. Just accept it. For example, Srimad Bhagavatam begins with Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam, not Namaha, Numaha. Numaha. We repeat Numaha only. But those who are smarter than the Lord, they speak Namaha. In every book you will see Numaha only, not Namaha. So to whom did the Lord speak? To whom? We know it is Arjuna. But what is his condition? Vishidantam. The one who is broken. And how is he speaking to the one who is broken? Nahi yaar, aise nahi hona. It should not have happened. This what you are thinking is right. Let's look at some other way. That fellow will never come out of that obsession then. To him, how did he say? Tamuvacha Hrishikesha prahasan iva. Prahasan iva. Prahasan means in a happy disposition. Prahasan iva, with a happy disposition, with a smile on the face. This is how he spoke. So this is your lesson also. If someone is coming to you, a child, your wife, your husband, how do you address them? Let's break down. और गुस्सा हो जाएगा. Not that way. So why the Lord is happy? Why is the Lord smiling? Because all gods always smile. Lord always smiles. He is Ananda Swarup, therefore he is Prahasan Iva, he is smiling. And then secondly, Lord is smiling because when he said Klaibyam Masmagama Partha Naitatvayopapadyate, so that scolding that he gave to Arjun in a mock anger, it has worked. It has worked. How it has worked? It has made Arjuna realize that his senses, his mind, his intellect is not under his control. Correct? That's why he surrenders. Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava. That's why he says, Shishyasteham shadhi mamtam prapannam. That's why he says, Yat shreya syat nishchitam bruhitan me. Give me tell me that which is for my greatest good. So because he was able to shake him up from his thought fixation, from his obsession, therefore he invoked that response from Arjuna. So he's happy about that. At least he has come out of this obsession. He's ready to surrender. He may be fixated still, but at least he's ready, open, able for looking at some other possibility. See, this is how beautiful it is. And we know, as we study Bhagavad Gita, that Lord wanted to give because Arjuna is not separate from him, and he is the perfect person and the ideal person to give Atma Gyan, to give the knowledge of the self. He was looking for an opportunity, and now he's got it, therefore he's happy. See all the subtle connotations that are there, and so he is going to give him the knowledge of the self, but Arjuna has never asked for the knowledge of the self. He's only asked him what?
Guidance.
He has only asked, tell me what is for my greatest good. And greatest good is only one thing. What is that? Self-knowledge. And what is the expression of self-knowledge? In context of Arjuna? Not having any doubt about what is to be done at any given moment wherever life has placed you. This is for us also, not Arjuna only, or us also. Absolute clarity. This is the expression of the self-knowledge. So even the masters, they are abiding in the self, but they are living in this world. So we see that the Lord has created this situation when Arjuna spoke out of arrogance and hatred towards the opposite army. So the Lord has decided to tell him, and in the previous chapter we saw that Krishna was smiling. Arjuna got confused. Why is Lord smiling? Is he not understanding that that it is not right to all the arguments that I am giving are correct? Why is he smiling? And now again he is smiling. He is continuing to smile because of these because of these reasons what we just told you. And one more reason that the Lord smiles, that in this phenomenal world, this Mahabharata war, where is it happening? It's happening on this earth. Where is the good versus bad, like versus dislikes, love versus hate? Where is it happening? In the mind. Where is confusion? Where is crisis? Where is despondency? Where is confusion? It's all in the mind. And what is mind? Don't tell me flow of thoughts. What is mind? What is the nature of mind? It is phenomenal. It's mind is nothing but pairs of opposites appearing and disappearing, isn't it? So are they real? Do you become serious about the phenomenal rainbow? Do you become serious about the phenomenal blueness of the sky? Do you become serious and go into crisis because of the mirage waters? No. So thirdly, the Lord is happy and smiling because there's nothing to be serious about anything. Everything is just as it is. Correct. Everything is just as it is. Truth is only one. Everything that you see here, whatever you are experiencing, is only phenomenal. And phenomenal is not real. And when you are in the center, unaffected, uninfluenced by the phenomena, then you can see the path out of the phenomena. Then you can guide someone out of their crisis. That crisis is because of that person's obsession, identification with the phenomena. Your crisis is because of your identification with the phenomena called the body and the mind. To come out of it, yes, listen. Yes, do yoga if you want. Yes, do japa if you want. But remain in the center. So in this manner, our 11th verse now. So, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Ashocyananvashocastvam, Ashocyananvashocastvam, Prajnavadanshcha bhashase, Prajnavadanshcha bhashase, Gatasuna Gatasunshcha, Gatasuna Gatasunshcha, Nanushocanti panditaha, Nanushocanti panditaha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Ashocyananvashocastvam, Prajnavadanshcha bhashase, Gatasuna Gatasunshcha, Nanushocanti panditaha. The verse says, Ashochan Anyasho. What is the word? Ashocyan Anvashocastvam Prajnavadanscha bhashase. O Arjuna, the first Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Lord is speaking now. The crying, confusion, doubt is all over now. Because Arjuna has concluded and fell silent. Now Lord is coming back. Now is the time for remolding Arjuna. And this is the first verse. And what is the verse saying? O Arjuna, not O Arjuna, you grieve, but you sprout words of wisdom. Huh? You are broken, you are despondent, you are in a crisis, and you are speaking words of wisdom. Neither for the dead nor for the living the wise men grieve. First thing, straight away, one sixer, full toss. Neither for the living nor for the dead one should grieve. How many people are being being born in this world at this moment? Millions, isn't it? How many people are dying at this moment? Every second, every minute, every day, every week. So many, millions of them. Are you concerned? Are you concerned? No. But where do you get concerned? When it is my. Then. So what is the best position to take? Remove the mind from everything. Don't do the drama of emotion on the outside, but inside be totally detached. But what happens? Inside we are totally attached, and outside we do the drama of not showing the emotions. That's completely ulta karte hain. Are you okay? Yeah, I am okay. But inside, going on. Instead, outside, are you okay? No, take him for a ride. Yeah, man, I'm like this. I got this problem. I got that problem. Life is upside down, man. But inside, who cares? He asked, so he got it. What Why did he ask? It's his fault. But with that clarity you give, or with that clarity you take care of someone, or show compassion towards someone, or empathy towards someone, or love towards someone, without getting caught up in that relationship. So be a friend without being friendly. Feel the emotions without becoming emotional. Express the husband without forgetting the man. Express the wife without forgetting the woman. She's much more than a wife, isn't it? But when we take only that role, then it comes and sits on our head. So you grieve and yet you sprout words of wisdom, neither for the dead nor for the living. The wise men grieve. First lesson, Arjuna is grieving for the eventual death at his hands, that he has got no doubt, of all his elders and all his cousins and so many millions of soldiers. Jnaneshwari Maharaj tells about this in the Bhashya. मग अर्जुना ते म्हणितले आम्ही आजी हे नवल देखिले जे तुवा एथ आदरिले माझारीची तू जाणता तरी म्हणविसी परी नेणी वेते न संडिसी आणि शिकवू म्हणो तरी बोलसी बहुसाल नीती जात्यंधा लागे पिसे मग ते सैरा धावी जैसे तुझे शहाणपण जैसे दिसतसे तू आपण पेतरी नेणसी परिया कौरवांते शोचू पाहासी हा वहू विस्मय आम्हासी पुढत पुढती तरी सांग पा अर्जुना तुझपासून स्थिती या त्रिभुवना हे अनादि विश्वरचना ते लटके काई. So he says here, then the Lord said to Arjuna, what did he say? I am really surprised by what you propose to do in the midst of the war. What you propose to do in the midst of the war? That is, not fight and be ready to be killed. You call yourself clever, but you are not conscious of your ignorance. This is sattvic ignorance, out of the holier than thou attitude. Because of that, this ignorance has come. Well, if I wish to enlighten you, you raise various moral issues, and we saw that so many times, we have repeated them. When a person blind from birth becomes mad, he runs helter-skeltered. When a person becomes blind from birth, who is that? Dhritarashtra. It is pointing towards that. He runs helter and skelter. Where are we? He runs helter-skelter. Your cleverness seems to be like that. It is also going helter and skelter. Giving one moral reason, then another moral reason, then this moral reason, 4, 5 reasons he gave. And then on top of that, I will not fight. I think I will get killed. I will not kill because of those reasons. So your intelligence, your cleverness it's not pinned in one place. It's going everywhere, haywire. You are ignorant of yourself and grieve for the Kauravas. In other words, you are not able to control your own mind and you are grieving for others who are not dead yet. SEM, this is what our problem is. When we start hatching the eggs before they are laid, when we start living in the future, then anxiety will happen. This is all anxiety only of the repercussions of the war. War hasn't taken place yet. And if it is going to take place, all possibilities of avoiding the war have already been addressed. Where's the question of doubt then? This is what amazes me over and over again. Tell me, O Arjuna, do you support these three worlds? Do you think that this beginningless creation of the world is untrue? So here when he said, तरी सांगपा अर्जुना तुझ पासूनी स्थिती या त्रिभुवना हे अनादि विश्वरचना ते लटके काही. He says, do you think that this beginningless creation of the world is untrue? Did you create? And you have come to the conclusion without knowing. Firstly, your mind is not under control. Secondly, you don't know how the mind of others is functioning. You have already gone into the future and started imagining the conclusions. And based on those conclusions, you have decided that you will not fight and therefore are ready to be killed, but will not pick up the weapons. Continuing, 16th. एथ समर्थो एक आथी तया पासूनि भूते होती तरी हे वायांची काय बोलती जगा माझी हो का सांप्रत ऐसे जाहले जे हे जन्म मृत्यू तो वा सुरजिले आणि नाशु पावे नाशिले तुझे निकाई तू भ्रमलेपणे अहंकृती यासी घातून धरिसी चित्ती तरी सांगे काई हे होती चिरंतन की तू एक वधिता आणि सकळ लोको हा मरता ऐसी भ्रांती झणे चित्ता ये हो देसी अनादि सिद्ध हे आघवे होत जात स्वभावे तरी तू आकाशोचावे सांगे मज परिमूर्खपणे नेणसी न चिंतावे ते चिंतीसी आणि तूची नीती सांगसी आम्हा प्रती देखै विवेकी जे होती ते दोही तेही न शोचिती जे होय जाय हे भ्रांती म्हणवनिया. Conclusion is nice. When we talk of God as the originator of all creatures in the world, is it a mere empty talk? This is what I was telling. When things go our way, I did it. When they don't go our way, why God you did it for me like that? Either you take everything as I did it and then face the consequence, or you take everything as the doing of the Lord and face the consequence. But go 100%. What our problem is, we are 50-50. Therefore, we are confused. Therefore, we are doubting Toms. Therefore, we don't have 100% faith. Therefore, we complain that why God has not helped me. Someone said, someone prayed and God appeared and God said, okay beta, I will take care of you. I'm always there with you. And when that person was in there, every day that person used to go for a walk on the beach, and when he used to return the same way, he used to see there's nobody walking with him, but there is his pair of feet and there is another pair of feet next to him. So he said, God is walking next to me. And then crisis came in their life, and in that crisis Still, they did not stop going for their morning walks early in the morning. And now, from the day the crisis began, and till it was going, every day that person used to go, and on their way back, they saw there's only one pair of feet. The other pair of feet is missing. Couldn't work out for a few days. They thought. Then eventually they sat in front of the with a cup of tea and prayed to the Lord. Lord, why have you abandoned me? When I was in good times, then you were there with me. In my bad times, you are not there with me. Why so? Because that person had surrendered. So God said, those are not your footprints, those are my footprints. I am carrying you. See? I am carrying you. Do we feel that everything in our life is happening because of the Lord? Or is it happening because of the me? I am the super duper. When we talk of God as originator of all creatures in the world, is it a mere empty talk? Who has to die when is already written. God has decided who is going to come into this creation. How long is that person going to live? When is his time of death? Expiry date already comes with his birth. Who are you to determine? He's telling Arjuna. Have you lost faith in God? Is God only a mere lip service you give to the Lord without understanding what his scope and power is? Or have you considered God only to be that statue in the temple? Or is that all that God has been reduced to? He is the creator. He is the maintainer. He is the destroyer. He knows everything. Do you think that this beginningless creation of the world is untrue? When we talk of God as the originator of all creatures in the world, is it a mere empty talk? As if the case that you have created, in that case that you have created birth and death, and the Kauravas will meet death only if you kill them. That is why in the 11th chapter, Bhagwan showed Arjuna that I have already killed them, only you are going to get the glory of their killing. Because that's when he shows that he is the Lord. And when he's showing the Lord, he is not Krishna. He is the Vishwarup, he is the Virat Purush, he is the totality. Krishna is that totality appearing as an individual person in front of Arjuna. But that individual person called Krishna has not forgotten throughout his life what his true nature is, even though manifesting through a limited conditioned form. We have forgotten. So we come to satsang to remind ourselves. So, do you think that they will die only when you kill them? Or is it the Lord who decides? Or tell me, if you, deluded by egoism, refuse to slay them, will they live in eternity? If you don't kill them and you decide, I am not going to kill them, let them kill me, are they going to live for eternity? They are going to die one day. So what are you complaining about? What are you feeling bad about? What are you in crisis about? Will they live in eternity? Do not delude yourself that you are the one who kills and they are the ones to get killed. All these things happen as ordained from time without beginning. Why should you then grieve over it without reason? Everything in this creation is happening according to the greater will, the will of totality. We are only making believe ourselves, I am speaking, you are listening. Bhagavad Gita came into our life, we are so blessed. we are understanding, wow. Do not delude yourself that you are the one who kills. Do not delude that you are the one who achieves success. Do not delude that you are the father. Do not be deluded that you are the parents. He is the ultimate parent. Do not be deluded that you create the hunger, you create the sleep, you wake up. Everything you can add that delusion to. Don't be deluded, because wherever that delusion comes, the I comes up. It is his doing. He is functioning. He is manifesting the phenomena. He is himself expressing through the relativity, as the relativity. And so do not delude yourself that you are the one who kills and they are the ones to get killed. All these things happen as ordained from time without beginning. There is a system to it, there is a method to it, there is a program which is being followed. It is not a chaos that, oh, someone is coming, someone is dying. No, it is not a chaos. It is perfect order. After many, many years, today I went by train to city, to Southern Cross to pick up mom. So when I got down at Flinders Street, I had to change the train. And I was standing up there and, oh my God, hundreds and hundreds of people coming out of the train, going into the train, coming up the stairs, going down the escalators. Everywhere it is going on. Oh my God, it's very overwhelming. But when you look a bit coolly, everyone knows exactly where they are going, isn't it? Everyone knows exactly where they are going. So it's not a chaos. It's perfect order. You are not able to see the order because of your disposition. And that is the crisis that Arjuna has. He is not able to see the things as they are. And this is the first lesson that Krishna is, or the Lord is giving to Arjuna. That you did not create the world. Don't be deluded that they will all be killed because you decided to kill them. Or only when you kill they will die. That may be true from Krishna's point of view, because the teacher, the grandfather, everyone dies at his hands. But there is a higher power which is at play. All these things happen as ordained from time without beginning. Why should you then grieve over it without reason? So if you think of it reasonably, then there is nothing to grieve. Then when do you grieve? When you think unreasonably. And what is that unreasonable? I and my, that is unreasonable. When attention is on the Lord, He is the creator, He is the maintainer, He is the destroyer. Understand, this is what is going on. Don't just give lip service to it. Then we'll be fine. Not knowing this, you think the unthinkable out of folly, and on the top of it, profess to give us lessons in morality. Krishna is saying, you giving me the lessons in morality, that I don't want to kill my nears and dears, I don't want to go to hell, I don't want to create, disrupt the society by killing all the men in the society, in the war, and there will be Varna Sankar, etc., etc. Elders, teachers should be served, not killed. You are telling me that. And all that is out of attachment, that all that is out of delusion, all that is about because you have forgotten the higher one, the one who is the ordainer of everything. You have forgotten him. The discriminating do not grieve over birth and death as all our thinking about them is due to delusion. First step. The pain, the grief, the crisis is because I will lose the blessing hand of my grandfather. I lose the blessing hand and the grace of my teacher. That was the pain that Arjuna was feeling. After that, all other reasons came of not going to hell, etc., etc. All that afterwards. First, it was, so what's the point of living life when I don't have these people? I want to share my success with them and they will not be there. I have to. So here Bhagwan is clearly telling him what? हाँ, देखे विवेकी जे होती ते दोही ते ही न शोचिती जो होए जाए हे भ्रांति म्हणोनिया. So in conclusion, he is saying, who is a Pandit? Pandit means the knowledgeable person. Pandit here is used for the wise person. Who is he? He who is discriminating. And what is that? Here he says, the discriminating do not grieve for over birth and death. Why do you grieve over birth? Maybe you are happy because of someone's birth. And maybe you are sad because of someone's death. So do not grieve. Once, many, many years ago, maybe 15, 17 years ago, 20 years ago, someone called me to their house. Swamiji, you have to come. I said, Are, you come? How come you are here? No, my son is here. He is a doctor, etc., etc. I said, okay. What happened? I knew that his wife was pregnant. I said, oh, so you must have become a grandfather by now. He says, I'll tell you about that later. Please come. Can you come now? I said, okay, I'll come. So within half an hour, I was there in some suburb close by. And I went there and the grandmother is crying. She's a psychologist. She's crying. And I went in. I am thinking it's a good news. That's why he has called me. And I went and he's a small. I hugged him. I said, congratulations, sir. Now you are a grandpa. He said, and he's very serious. Swamiji, come inside. You see. I went in. His son is sitting there. And his wife is sitting there crying. His daughter-in-law is sitting there crying. And she's also a doctor. And she's holding a baby with the cloth. I can't see the face. I said, before I could say that, give me the baby, I want to see. Immediately the grandfather went, picked up the baby from the daughter-in-law, and without warning me or anything, put the baby in my arms. 2.5-month-old baby, 3-month-old baby. And when I look at it, it looks like from Mars. See, you've seen the extraterrestrial beings? It looks like that. Half the brain is not there. You pointed skull. The jaws are completely collapsing. Eyes are open yet closed. Can't make out. And here that child has not, it's very thin. If I touch little, it will break. So when I looked at it, I can't just look. Immediately my mantra started. I put my hand on his heart and just chanted my mantra. I said, Bhagwan, you take care. See? Oh, first baby in their family. First grandchild. So were they happy? That's why he's saying, don't cry for birth or death. Sometimes you conceive and you lose. Sometimes it's born, within few months you lose. Sometimes at a young age, one lady in Sydney, reversing her four-wheel drive, or Maharashtrian, reversing her four-wheel drive, and the 1.5 or 2.5-year-old boy the head came under the rear wheel, crushed. 2.5-year-old boy. Life has not even started yet. But she overcame. The pain will always be there, but she handled it very well. Now she has... this was her second child, not first one. First one was a girl, second one was a boy. Now again the third one, all I could tell her was, within 1.5 years you have one more baby straight away. Then only this pain will go. And she had. The discriminating do not grieve over birth and death, as all our thinking about them is due to delusion. Is birth permanent? Discrimination means what? Vivek. What are the 4 things that you require for spirituality? Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. Vairagya is dispassion, Vivek is discriminating between permanent and impermanent, between the constant and changing. So is birth constant? Is death constant? Of anything? Is the thought is continuously being born? No, one thought appears, is born, stays and then dies. Then next thought is created, stays and then dies. Same way with the breath, same way with the vision, same way with the waking, same way with the dream, same way with the sleep. Everything is coming into existence, staying and going out of existence. Nothing is permanent. And therefore, everything that is coming, staying and going is not worthy to be grieved about. Don't cry. Don't cry. Inside, be very clear. At the surface level, yes, we have spent time so many years together. You will feel a little bit. But inside you know that everything is unreal. Everything is phenomenal. There's only one truth. Then why did I feel the grief, or why did I feel the sadness, or why did I cry out of the loss of that person? Because of the company that you have had. You have shared some good times. The memory of those makes you feel that grief, but it is only temporary. The moment you come back to the discriminative, you come back to the true self, you discriminate that now, okay, in that right circumstances in front of the family, it was necessary to feel that way. But thereafter, nothing. Nanu shochanti panditaha. The panditaha, the wise men, the discriminating person, nanu shochanti. They do not contemplate over or grieve over birth and death of anyone, because birth and death itself is phenomena. Phenomena is born out of delusion. Delusion means forgetting your essential nature and accepting that which is changing as real. That is delusion, isn't it? We are taking you step by step back. So delusion leads to projection. Projection, what is delusion? Forgetfulness of the self, essential nature. What is projection? Creation, maintenance and destruction. This is the projection. Everything is like that. in the creation. The whole relativity is like that, both at individual level and total level. Creating, creation, maintenance, destruction. And we have taken that to be real. We take insurance policies out for that, which cannot be maintained permanently.
That's what the insurance companies know.
They know. See how foolish we are. Is it wrong to take insurance? Take it, but don't get caught up in it. Use every dollar that you give to them. How? Go for chiropractic when you don't need. Go for massage when you don't need. Use everything. So in this manner, in the 12th verse, the Lord says, we'll look at it in our next class. Natvevaham jatu nasam, natvevaham jatu nasam, natvam neme janadhipaha, natvam neme janadhipaha, na chaiva na bhavishyam. ट्यून चेंज क्यों हो गया? नत्वेवाहं जातु नासं, नत्वेवाहं जातु नासं, न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः, न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः, न चैव न भविष्यामः, न चैव न भविष्यामः, सर्वे वयमतः परं, सर्वे वयमतः परं. Bhagavan is telling to Arjuna, to give him assurance, never was there a time when I was not. It will go as a sixer over Arjuna. He will grasp just teeny mini bit. Never was there a time when I was not, nor you, nor these kings, nor shall we ever cease to exist hereafter. That means everything is recycled all the time. Bodies, souls, 5 elements, everything is recycled. Imagine this verse is saying, the ocean is telling the wave, never was there a time when I was not, or water is speaking, never was there a time when I was not, nor you, nor these kings, the big waves, nor shall we ever cease to exist hereafter. That means we will never cease to exist for eternity. Meaning, water is saying. That means water is the eternal system. It has never come, it has never gone. So, when the water is speaking to wave in this manner, where is the attention of water? On itself, isn't it? Or we should say the ocean. Where is the attention of the ocean? On the water. But he is speaking to the wave. Who is wave? Water identified with form. Who is ocean? Water expressing through the conditioning of totality, but not identified with totality. See? Therefore, these words are coming out. So, who is Bhagavan here? Bhagavan knows that what his essential nature is. Arjuna doesn't know. But he is giving him a teaser. Because he is asked, tell me what is for my greatest good. So he is telling him, there was never a time that I was not. Now, who does he think he is? Arjuna must be thinking. Then he says, no, there was never a time you were not also. In every cycle of creation, you are there, I am there. Nor these kings, nor shall we ever cease to exist hereafter. We are, as water, we are continuous principle. As existence, we can never go out of existence. But if your attention is on the form, yes, form comes and goes. But when you think about it also, what is the form made out of? Made out of space, air, fire, water, earth. space, air, fire, water, earth also are eternally existing. Then what is happening to the creation? Is there any birth or death? What are the other two words that we are looking for? There is only manifestation and unmanifestation. There is no birth and death. But human being cries because of the loss. When he understands this creation is nothing but manifestation and unmanifestation, then there's nothing to fear. Then there's nothing to fear. Then there's nothing to be elated about, there's nothing to be sad about if it go unmanifestation happens. And this is happening to you every day. Waking, dream and deep sleep. In waking also manifestation happens. When the waking is over, unmanifestation happens. Then again manifestation, subtle manifestation happens in dream. Then that also becomes unmanifested. Then total unmanifestation happens in deep sleep. Then that also gets over and again the waking manifestation. This is going on continuously. Continuously. Can it stop? You didn't create it, so how can you stop it? Can the water stop the waves? Can the ocean stop the waves? It didn't create it, it's its natural state. Ocean without a wave is not an ocean. There is one or two freak oceans like that. Dead Sea. But otherwise, ocean is not affected by the waves. He is not influenced by the waves. He is not complaining about the waves. But the wave is complaining about its impending dissolution. Like we are. That's why we are in this class. First lesson, there is nothing called birth or death. There is only manifestation and unmanifestation. With that thought, we conclude today. Keep that in your mind for the rest of the week. If there is a satsang next week in Sydney at this time, then you can zoom in at that. I'll put in the class, Gita class. You can zoom in at that time. Otherwise, if there is no satsang in someone's house, then we'll continue with this class. Okay? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Happy Akshay Tritiya, which went by yesterday, and happy Adi Shankaracharya Jayanti, which is tomorrow. So remember, chant the stotras of Adi Shankaracharya and remember him tomorrow. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. We are in that lineage. Hari Om.
Hari Om.